Hey everyone, happy Monday. This is Lindsay from She Works Abroad, and today I want to do a Q&A that we had from Petr. Petr, thanks so much for sending over your question. So here's what he had to say. He said, Lindsay, I fear that employers in many European countries prefer local employees, mostly youngsters that are not that mobile, so the company can invest in them without losing them quickly. What would be your recommendation for how to persuade potential employers, and also how to make sure they don't fear investing in you? Okay, so this question is kind of twofold, which is around the fact that how do we showcase to international employers that we're committed, and also how do we persuade them that we're good hires? And I think the question actually is around loyalty to organizations, but also like if they want to hire local people over foreign people. So let's break that down. First, on the local bit. Without a doubt, employers across the board want the best talent. Okay, so they want, if that talent is global or local, honestly, for many businesses is irrelevant. Now, some businesses are more equipped to handle international employees than others, meaning they understand how to get them a visa, they're comfortable with that process. But other smaller or maybe newer companies, they really need great talent. And so the first thing you need to do is explain your value. You need to showcase your value. And your value not only as a let's say an engineer or a public relations specialist, but also someone who is international, is global, has cross-cultural skills, has the personality and the tenacity to be able to work and live abroad. So the first thing is knowing how to showcase your value. It's really, really critical that you get airtight on what it is that you do, how you provide, what you provide, and how you provide it. Typically when I ask people, like, tell me a little bit about yourself, or tell me what you're looking for next, it takes them between maybe 4 to 10 minutes to really get across what they want and what they're looking for. And a lot of times it's through their eyes, what is important to them. They want a job with flexibility, they want a job where they can increase their skills, they want a job where they can travel. Those are all great, that's fine. But how you really showcase your value is you think about it through the eyes of what the employer needs and what the employer wants. So maybe the employer needs someone who is flexible, someone who can travel, but maybe before that they need someone who has run a engineering team successfully, or launched a new product, or taken I'm thinking in the public relations realm, like taking a new product to market with the media, things like this. So you really need to think through their eyes of what they need. And then on the second bit, which was how do you make sure they don't fear investing with you? Here's my sentiment around this. You need to tell them during the hiring process that you're committed. People miss this step, and they actually don't do it. They don't say, I'm committed to working here long term, or I'm committed to joining this company and making a dent or a purpose. Now, this is where I actually do get a little bit choosy with people and who is the most ideal for me to help coach and for me to help find great international careers or take your career abroad, is the idea that there has to be a level of commitment to this international employer. Now, I'm not saying you need to work there for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, but if you're looking at it as I'll work there for 6 months and then I'll go someplace else, or I'll work there for 8 months and then I'll hop to another company, that can be detrimental to your long-term career, especially your long-term international career. So the way to get around that is to be honest with yourself about, are you looking to stay there for a year? Are you looking to stay there for 2 years, 3 years? And to be upfront with them about that. If this is really only a year gig, then maybe you should look for contract work for a year, right? But if they're looking to make an investment in you, and you are looking to make an investment in them and contribute to the company for the foreseeable future, of course we can't predict everything, but for the foreseeable future, then say that. I'm looking for a company where I can add value, I can help the company grow. I can help you reach your goals, and I'm committed to doing that for the long term. And that long term might be 2 years. That long term might be 5 years. Who knows? But you have to say it. You have to tell them that. Because if you don't tell them that, then you're leaving it up to them to decide how committed you are or you aren't. And you don't want to leave that up to them. You want to be the person to tell them. So those are my 2 answers about how to persuade potential employers, know your value, and see it through the employer's eyes, not just your own. And then how do you make sure that they don't fear investing in you? You let them know from the very beginning that you are investing in them. All right, Petr, thank you so much for the great question. And for anyone else who wants to send in a Q&A, send it my way and I'll give you a response. Okay, bye everyone.